Yeah, there we go. Obviously, you want to win every time you go out, and you're always evaluating. When you open the season with an 8-0 victory, how much can you really take from a performance that's as lopsided as this?
Well, I think there's a lot we can take from it, and a lot of it's positive. We came out with great energy. I think not playing last week, we had a little more time to prepare, and our guys really wanted to come out and play, and started very well. And at halftime we talked about just continuing to play, and not sort of play the game out, but play the way that we want to play. So I thought there were a lot of things that went well for us.
So your concern going into this game was more about the way your own team played rather than the specific challenges that your opponents might present?
Yeah, certainly. That my concern coming into the game was I thought we'd get chances, in watching them play a little bit. I thought we would get chances. I thought we would be able to maybe get at their outside back some. My concern was where we going to score. I probably shouldn't have been too concerned.
Okay, but 43 shots.
Yeah.
You thought you'd get chances. You are faster this year. You are more athletic this year.
Yeah.
Did you have any idea this was coming, though?
No, none. I mean, 43 shots is just a crazy number, but we just kept running and running and running and running, and they didn't stop. Again, second half, after really putting the game out of reach by halftime, second half they played just as hard. So really impressed with our kids and what they did tonight.
Apart from the numbers on the scoreboard, which of course dictate everything, is the most important stat after that the fact that you gave up 0 shots on goal?
Yeah.
And what was your overall evaluation of your defense?
Yeah, well, one of the things we talked about when we got to halftime was making sure that we didn't give up a goal, and keeping a clean sheet and getting the shutout. So even in the last 5 minutes, I even said to Bark, make sure we finish this off and don't give one up. So, getting shutouts are important. Obviously, you don't give up a goal, you can't lose. So I thought those guys did a good job in the back.
You mentioned Barg. There were times when she was out there with 3 freshmen on the back end.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the way the young defenders did with her?
She was great. Taylor was great, and the young guys were really good. The ones in the back I thought were really solid. They looked calm and comfortable, and then throughout the field, they all played pretty well.
How did you keep them focused and aggressive in the second half once you got a big lopsided lead?
Yeah. Well, we talked a lot at halftime about just continuing to play the game, and it be about playing the game, not necessarily playing the opponent, and not really worrying about the score, but worrying about continuing to play the game. And one thing I like about this team is they listen. It's good to see they listen.
Can you get any kind of evaluation on Katie and Brooke after a game like this, where you don't give up a goal, you don't give up a shot on goal?
Yeah.
They didn't seem to be tested.
Yeah, they didn't have
almost
too much
at all.
To do. No, they didn't have too much to do. They organized well. They kept us in line and kept us marking and things like that. But today I think was a lot more about what we did on the other end.
You talk about keeping them focused when you have a big lead. Do you worry with such a young team about staying focused going forward after such a lopsided win? Getting them back up for Sunday?
Well, I guess my feeling about, overconfidence is it's overrated. I'd much rather have a team who's overconfident or really confident, and I think tonight gives us some confidence.
What would you like to see improve between now and Sunday or in the weeks ahead?
There were a number of times where I think we got the ball into positions where one more pass would have been an easy goal, and we tried to make it a little bit harder on ourselves, So I think we'll look at some of those on film and try to show maybe what some options were instead of maybe shooting at a bad angle, sliding the ball across, that kind of stuff.
And not to look ahead, but 7 of your 8 goals are scored by freshmen and sophomores.
Yeah.
It's got to feel good that you have some weapons here who will be here for a while.
Yeah. As I said, I thought, the young guys were really good, and obviously Allie was very, very good, and I thought Katina was outstanding, and a number of them played really well.